our dying. Sooner or later, everyone who live will have to end their life here. But we always ask Allah to give us a good ending, a good departure. Yeah? A good departure means a person who prepared themselves to do what is right before he pass away or she pass away. Because we know that our good deeds and character will leave you from death. Nobody can protect you from death. In a time come, you have to go. So Allah reminds us that particular time, nothing can help you except those who have submit themselves to Almighty God, Allah Rabbul Alamin. That's why we ask Allah to make us among the people who are ready to meet Him. Amen. Brothers and sisters, the Prophet ﷺ always remind his ummah, his follower, to recharge their faith, to renew their faith, to strengthen their faith, their iman, by just saying, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Let us recite this together. La ilaha ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. Alhamdulillah. Now, I was made to believe that Sheikh Sharif Arabi, our teacher, he have touched until page 240 last Saturday, based on this book, yeah, the New Muslim Guide. Yeah. He have reached the page 240, talking about the beginning of the sweetness of Iman. Now, before we continue, yeah, let me remind myself and all the good brothers and sisters who have trying their level best to spend their time, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh, every Saturday with us here. Now, brother and sister, we know time is something very, very important in our life. Either we make use of the time wisely, or we are going to waste, yeah, our time. But we have decided to make use of the time wisely by spending some good time to get closer to Almighty Allah Rabbul Alamin. Now, in acquiring knowledge, the most important thing that we all must always prepare is to have the right intention. Our intention must be pure, sincere, that we are here purely for the sake of God Almighty. Now, when we talk about sweetness of Iman, yeah, I just want you to look at the front and the whiteboard again. I have shared with you earlier about this structure, just a humble reminder. When we talk about Islam, we know that Islam always emphasizes three factors. Number one is your belief, your creed, known as Aqidah or Tawheed. Known as Aqidah or Tawheed. Number one, you can on the extreme left here. Aqidah, creed or belief, is something to do with believing in the true God. We do believe in many things, but when it comes to God, we have to have the right belief. Believe in the true God and not gods. No plural. When you say you believe in God, Islam is here to reconfirm what was revealed to early prophet. What do Adam believe? What do Noah believe? What do Abraham believe? What do Isaac and Ismail believe? What do David, John, Moses, Jesus believe? All of them believe in the same God who created all of us, known as Allah to all of us. That is the God that we believe. God, remember, brother and sister, the difference between the Muslims belief and other belief, they also believe, is that we believe in a God that you can't see with your naked eye. And that particular God that you believe is the creator, the sustainer, the provider, the all-hearing, the all-knowing, the all-powerful. But he don't look like any one of us. If you can imagine God look like this, like that, that is not the true God that all the prophets believe. Because God cannot be like all of us. He is by himself. None of the prophets have seen God with their naked eye. They only see the power of Allah. They ask Almighty Allah to appear in front of them so that they can strengthen their iman. But Allah decided not to. Why? There is a great wisdom behind it. What is the great wisdom? If Allah will appear, then somebody will claim, I've seen God, God look like this. Another time, another person will say, I've seen God, God look like that. Everybody start to imagine God. So Allah make it very clear, none look like him. So nobody can imagine how do the true God look like. Nobody. Even when our Prophet was invited to see him in the Sidratul Muntaha in the night journey, Isra and Mi'raj, for the born Muslim, they are aware about this history of Isra and Mi'raj, the night journey, where the angel Gabriel came to him and have a spiritual operation, take out his heart and wash with the most pure and sacred water, Zamzam, in Mecca, and put the heart back, and brought him from Mecca to Medina, Medina to Palestine, and from Palestine, Allah invite him to go to the highest level of heaven, known as Sidratul Muntaha. An area that no angel have been there before. Even angel Gabriel, who was accompanied the Prophet all the way, cannot go to that level. He stopped at the 6th level of the heaven, and only Prophet Muhammad was invited by Allah to see him. But did the Prophet saw Allah? No. He just said to his wife, Aisha, the mother of the believers, I have seen the light of Allah. Noor, the light of Allah. Then the wife was asking the Prophet, how do the light of Allah look like? Look at this question, very important. How do the light of Allah look like? Sunlight, moonlight, starlight, anything can create some light. The Prophet was looking at the sunlight one day, moonlight, and then the starlight, and he said, no lights look like the lights of Allah. It is a kind of light that you cannot compare with the light of all the creation. That's all. So that is why you see the Muslim, when they say we believe in Allah, we don't imagine that God look like anybody. We don't have to have an image. We don't have to have a drawing, a statue, nothing. Just believe that He exists. Final. That's all you have to do. You don't have to try to imagine. The more you imagine, the more you will create some distortion, confusion in your belief. Something that all the Prophet was asking, and Allah just saw His power, they said, enough. I don't have to see you anymore. Do we believe there's a soul inside our body? Do we believe there's a soul in our body? How do you feel, brother and sister? If there is a soul without the body, what do you call that? Huh? Suddenly you see things moving, but you don't see the body. Yeah? You say, there's a ghost around here. Yeah. When you have a body without a soul, what do you call them? Yeah, a dead person. But when two combine together, then you say, this is a human, he's living. But have any one of us, have ever any scientist come up with a equipment to detect the spirit? To show us how the spirit look like. Where is a triangle, whether it look like a ball, where there's an octagon, or this how it look. No one. But we believe there is a spirit, a soul inside our body. But nobody can explain how did the soul look like. We believe there is a creator, Allah. How do he look like? It's not important for the believers. But the Prophet ﷺ did remind us, whoever die as a true believer, as a Muslim who submit to the true God, the Prophet said, in the day of judgment, he will be given the opportunity to look at God, Almighty Allah, the true God, like how he can look at the full moon. When the full moon is there, can you look at the full moon? Yeah, because your eye can see, because the light of the full moon is not that strong that you can see with your naked eye. We are given the opportunity only in a day of judgment, not here. That is number one. That is what Aqidah is. That's why when anybody asks you, what is the difference between what we believe and what other people believe? We believe in the true God, that our God don't look like anybody, don't look like any creation, and no one has seen him. That's all. Where you may believe also, but you have something in between. You start to make an idol, draw an image, and all of us know that these idols are no God. Maybe he was a saint, he was a prophet, he was a warrior, he was a good man. Maybe. They have been very good. They are warriors. They have protected us when they were alive. Then, alhamdulillah, they died. When they died, somebody want to remember them, make a statue out of them. In Malaysia, do you have Tugu Negara? What is Tugu Negara? What is Tugu Negara? Malaysian. I would like to call the Malaysian brother and sister, what is Tugu Negara? Yeah? Memorial. Memorial about what? Flower, tree. About what? The memorial about the heroes. The people who was fighting against whoever was controlling this country, who protect the country, who want freedom. That's all. People make this statue for a reason, but not to worship, just for memory. But later on, the later generation, we do not know. They will start to have the belief that maybe this is the group of maybe 5, 6 God there helping us free our country from being occupied. Nobody knows. One day, what is going to happen to our children, no one knows today. Look at our Chinese, what the idols that you see in the temple, who are they? We don't know. We only see there's an idol, look like this, look like that, look like me. Sometimes we appeared here, holding a spear, holding a sword. But if you ask them the history, they don't know anything. It just happened that this is what I've seen from the day I was born. My parents brought me to the temple, I saw all this, and they got time, they use joystick and they do some prayer. That's all I would do. Have any one of us today, or so-called Christian, seen Jesus before? None of us have seen Jesus. But we know Jesus is there. So if none of us have seen Jesus, how can you draw an image or you make a statue look like somebody and then you say, this is how Jesus looked like? Is that fair? It's very dangerous. It's a business. These are all commercial. I have a discussion with the Christian brothers before who are doing missionary work. I asked them, do you know how Jesus looked like? They said no. It's good for us to be honest to say that we do not know how Jesus looked like. Then why in most of the churches you have an image of Jesus? And look at the image of Virgin Mary, mother of Jesus. The Virgin Mary in the picture that they have drawn, the statue that they have carved, what do Mary have a head cover? Do Virgin Mary wear a head cover? Yeah. Why do they imagine that Virgin Mary wear a head cover? Because that is the dress of the believers. They cover themselves. And the strange thing is, you know, you go back to the history, all prophets have a beard. Full beard. Jesus, Moses, all have beard. But the modern Jesus is clean shaved. That's why when we talk to them, I say, when we meet up with Jesus one day, Jesus will recognize me more than you. Because I'm following their teaching and you are not following. You just believe in them without following their teaching. That makes us different. If you believe in somebody, you like to follow their teaching. Now, we believe in God. Tawheed. I put the Rububiyyah, Uluhiyyah, Asma wa Sifatihi. Rububiyyah means you believe that God, Allah, is the creator, the sustainer, the provider. This is Rububiyyah. Uluhiyyah means when you believe in Him, you have only to worship Him alone. When you ask anything spiritual, ask Him directly. Don't go to a medium. Don't have to call the name of your father, your great-grandfather, the name of the heroes, and then call him. No. Go direct to Him. Call upon Allah. Ya Rab, Ya Allah, Allahumma, Rabbana. Go direct. And then the last one is Asma wa Sifat. Asma wa Sifat means you believe in Allah through His beautiful names and attributes. Give you a simple example. You believe that Allah is merciful. Allah is merciful. Rahmah. This is part of His name and also His attribute. He is so merciful that everyone receive His mercy. Everyone. You work hard, you get what you deserve. Whether you believe in Him, you worship Him or not, you work hard, you get your reward. Because you work for it. You study hard, you will pass your exam. Because you deserve that. If you are careful in searching for a good partner in your life, you are careful, you filter, you check and check and check until you are sure, oh, this is a good man for me. Then you get a good man. But if you don't care, as long as any man come, I will accept, and then you will get that kind of man. The same goes to those brothers. Even if you check and filter the right partner for you, you have more peace and harmony. The mercy of Allah applies to everybody. As long as you are the creation of Allah, Allah show His mercy to you. To the extent all the animals that Allah created, He provides for them. They can survive. All animals don't have to go through any inflation. They don't have GST. They don't have all this tax problem. They are the creation of Allah who enjoy their freedom. They can fly from one city to another city, country to country. Nobody stop them. No immigration will check their passport. Alhamdulillah. All the fishes, in the ocean move from one ocean to another ocean, so free. Except we human beings. The jinn also, they travel very freely. In, out, nobody check, no custom will stop them, no police will arrest them. Only we human have problem. But Allah's mercy is so great. These attributes. If you are aware about Allah's attribute, He is all-seeing. Remember this. He sees you when nobody sees you. He knows what is in your heart. He's all-knowing. Before you say anything, He knows. He has the knowledge. Because everything is in the knowledge of Allah. What is happening today, what is going to happen tomorrow is in the knowledge of Allah. What is going to happen 2016, everything is in the knowledge of Allah. He sees everything. He knows everything. He hears every whisper. You cannot have a feeling, I want to whisper to you, it's a secret. Nobody knows except you and me. Even God don't know. You cannot have that feeling. Even God will not know. Then you start to have problem. Suddenly you'll be so surprised to see that everybody seems to know what you have said. Do you know why sometimes when you have a problem and somebody is going to bring you to a fortune teller, Bomo, spiritual doctor, when you see this doctor, when he look at you, he start to talk about why you come and see him. Have you experienced that before? Not yet, no? Good. It's not good to have that experience. Then people say, oh, he's a very special man, He seems to know what is in my heart. I didn't even tell him anything. He is telling me this. Have you heard about this before? When people go to the spiritual doctor, that doctor, the Bomo, seems, or the fortune teller, look at you, touch your hand, he know what problem you are facing. Do you know why he have that information? Do you know why? I think I've shared with this. I just got to repeat. My mother one day, that was maybe 20 over years, was brought my auntie to see a medium. Where? In Klang. Here, not far from. Suddenly, that medium went into trance. And then he started to talk to my mother, representing my father. My father passed away in 1962. He passed away. And that medium is talking on the behalf of my father to my mother, saying to my mother, where is my children, my son? They have never prayed for me. They stopped praying and visit my grave. My mother was shocked. He said, yes, the one who always follow my mother is me. I will bring them. I will never get involved in the ritual, but I will be there. My mother said, yeah, your son, he is always there. The medium on the behalf of my father tell my mother, he is not my son anymore. My mother was saying, what do you mean that not your son? He do not eat pork anymore. He now say, I'm a Muslim. He said, he don't eat pork anymore. He's no more my son. So my mother was surprised when she came back. She informed me about this. Then she left. She went back to Penang. After a few months, she came back here. I asked my mother, you bring me to see this medium? Because I want to see what is he going to tell me about my father. It so happened he was trying to contact through my auntie. My auntie informed my mother, the medium passed away already. Call her. Case closed. Through our belief, every one of us have a genie. Do you know, brother and sister? Every one of us have the company of a jinn. Allah in the Quran said, Lahu Qareen, Lahu Qareen. Every one of us have a genie. Of course, all our genie are not good ones. If I am talking to myself, I'm not talking to anybody, talking to myself. When I say something, my jinn will listen. If I don't say, I keep quiet, my jinn won't know what I'm having in my heart. But when I speak out, even by myself, my jinn is listening. When my jinn have the information, and if you want to get involved in the spiritual doctor who are playing with jinn also, my jinn will communicate with his jinn. Now, their communication skill is far better than us. No interruption. Our sometimes disconnected, busy, their line is always online. No disturbance. My genie is going to tell his jinn that I'm coming to him and this is what I'm talking about. Now his jinn will inform him. Because he have make a contract with the jinn. You help me, I help you. I fit you with what you want, but you give me information. And that's why you experience that before you say anything, he know why you are here. Because my jinn have informed him, so the minute I'm there, he will tell me about what I have in mind. You want to do this exercise, you can do. I show you one example. Whether you want to believe or not, you can do this. In the future, if you have a problem and you have a friend want to bring you to see any spiritual doctor who are playing with this spiritual thing, don't tell your friend why you want to see him. Or you put something in your pocket. Put something in your pocket, coins, notes mixed together. But you don't count. Okay? You don't count. The minute you count, your jinn know. The minute you count, oh, $10, 11 ringgit plus 20 cents, okay. The minute you count, your jinn also count. He record. So when you go there, it's not impossible that person can tell you, do you know how much you have in your pocket? He can tell you. Then, wow, this guy is super, special. He can even tell me how much I have in my pocket. But you can do this exercise. You don't count. You just put into your pocket. And then you can just ask, how much do you think I have in my pocket? You have no knowledge. When you don't have the knowledge, he cannot have that knowledge. Now, this is some tip if you want to try. You can do that. And confirm whether what I say makes sense or not. That the minute you count, he is recording. You know what is iCloud, brother and sister? The application to that iCloud? You know what is iCloud? What is iCloud? Those who are good in this technology tell me, what is iCloud? Meaning, they want you to send all your data information to iCloud. To do what? Backup. To save your data. So where is your data being kept? Yeah? In the cloud. Can you imagine so many things there moving around? And anytime when you want to download, in case you have some problem with the phone and you get a new phone, you want to download, you just get the information from the cloud, come back in again. But please remember, brother and sister, the world is changing. If somebody will know how to hack the cloud, just hack the cloud, all the data will be gone. Can you imagine what's going to happen to all of us? All our information is gone, just by a second. This is how dangerous technology is. But we thought that this is good, but it's very dangerous too. You let every information float on the cloud. In the cloud, anytime you download. Anybody hack that, collapse, gone. It's good to say, when in the early, before all this small phone was produced, we have also mobile phone, big one. And then as time developed, they make it smaller and smaller and smaller. And we also say, wow, small, like all the spy, the CIA, FBI using all the small gadgets. And now it's going back bigger and bigger and bigger. Now you're using the and phone like this, so big. You see, it is a cycle. It's going back again. Now, what is important for us, when you have the right understanding about Asma wa Sifat, you will not feel that you are alone anymore. You never will feel that you are alone. You always feel that you are in a company. The angel is with you. Allah is overseeing you. And also the jinn is with you. But don't worry about the jinn. Do you know why? Do you know why you should not worry about the jinn, brother and sister? Because we are stronger than the jinn. And we are worse than the jinn. We are worse than the jinn. When the jinn hear the azan, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, he run away. We don't run away. Even we are Muslim, when we don't pray, we don't run away. But the jinn, they can't stand this word. But we are sometimes worse than the jinn. You remember the Prophet said that in the month of Ramadan, all the jinn will be chained. They will go to prison. But even in the month of Ramadan, you see a lot of bad things happening. Who is doing that? The Prophet said the real jinn is being chained, locked up. So which jinn is now active in the month of Ramadan? It's we, the agent of the jinn. Yeah. He have recruited his membership. So he just take rest, and now his member is doing things on his behalf. He going promotion. He don't have to work anymore. He take rest for 1 month. And we are going to do a lot of promotion on the behalf of the real jinn. So many things is happening in our life. Having the right asma wa sifatihi will strengthen your belief. Once your belief is good, brothers and sisters, then you move to the second part of the teaching of Islam, Sharia. Sharia means is to teach you about the do and don't, halal and haram, good and bad, negative and positive, in everything. When you want to worship God, what can you do and what you must not do in worshiping God? Do direct worship, no indirect worship. Don't put any image of anybody in front. Don't call the name of my father, my hero, then, oh Allah, through the name of my father, the name of my hero, please answer to my prayer. Don't do that. That is not allowed. Just worship Allah. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Oh Allah, to you only we worship, and to you we ask for help. Seek His protection directly. This is what Sharia is going to teach us. The ibadah is mean how to worship God. The beauty of this religion, Islam, when Allah said, worship me, He do not leave it to us, up to you to worship me. What time? Up to you. How many units, raka'at? Up to you. But He never just let you do anything you want. He fixed the time, and He fixed the number of prayer and the raka'at. To make life more easier. If everything is in order, it's been fixed for you to follow, do you think it's easier for you? Is that easier? It's easier. If you go to work and the office have their SOP, this is part of your job, then you just follow, it's easy. You buy a car, there is a manual to teach you what to do, how to check your mileage, check your engine. Is that easy? It's easy. Allah made it so easy. He said, worship me, and He show you how to worship Him, when to worship Him, and how many times a day. MashaAllah. You don't have to break your head anymore. Just follow. Be a good follower. Yeah. The same go to after you have a good relation with Allah, then you go to the second one, mu'amalat. Mu'amalat means is how to have a good relationship with others, with the human, with your neighbor, with your friend, with your communities. Because you cannot run from the people. You cannot say, I don't need anybody in my life. Can you say that, brother and sister? Do you think you can survive without other people? What do you think, sister? Please share with me. Do you think that you can survive without others? Nobody can do that. The shirt that you're wearing, do you know, have gone through how many hands? How many people have get involved to prepare one garment? From raw material until it becomes a garment. The food that you are eating today have gone through how many hands? From people who plant it and harvest it, and then later on prepare for it, clean it, then only it come to your mouth. Nobody can say, I don't need anybody. You need each other. And that's why the mu'amalat come in. Islam is here to guide you how to have a good relationship with the people. So you have minimum problem. You have problem. Dealing with people always have problem. Do you agree? Dealing with people, and then you start to have problem. And Allah guide you how to be positive, not to be negative. How to make use of whatever Allah has provided for us. All is under mu'amalat. Do you know there is so many things that is good and bad? You have good people, bad people. Good word, bad word. Good phone, bad phone. Huh? Is there a bad phone? Do you know there is also haram phone? Have you heard about haram phone? No. Everything there is good and bad. Knife. Is knife a good thing for you to have? Do you need a knife in your life? Do you need a knife? Oh yeah. Knife for to do what? To cut yourself, to cut people? To cut your boyfriend, to cut him, no, to cut veggie, to cut fruits, is good. But if you misuse the knife can be very bad. Halal phone means you are using a phone to communicate with people in a good way. Not to use the phone to harass people, to tell lies, to send false messages, and create slanders here and there. Not to do that. But what do you get through the phone today, sisters? You know, a lot of sisters was caught just through the phone. You have some extra money saved here and there because you are so lonely, you want to get a good friend, so now you got to find a friend through the phone. Now you have somebody show you he's so handsome, he loves you so much, you are a queen, you are the princess, you are the moon, you are the star, you are his heart, his soul, everything. Now you're gone. Now you say, I love you, sweetheart, you're so sweet, you're like honey, you are like this, like that. Now you get worse. You become so weak now. Now he's asking you for something. And you trust him. And he said, I want to get married with you, but I stay so far away. Can you send some money to me? But when you fall in love, what do you say? They say love is blind. And suddenly you got to spend more and more. And we have cases there. A good sister just abandoned her family to respond to a person she knew through the phone. Bye-bye my father, bye-bye my mother. After a while, they reach another country and they phone back home. Papa, Mama, don't worry about me. I am safe here. Where? I am in Australia. Australia? Who is that? A new friend is waiting for her. Can you imagine what this phone can do to us? We got people just got married 1 week. Just 1 week. I was there and then I get some of their gift, the wedding gift, some biscuits, some chocolate, still in my refrigerator. 1 week time they came to me, they said, Ustaz, we have to end the marriage. Just 1 week. I said, huh? Are you sure? You know your chocolate is still in my fridge. I never even eat yet. And now you want to say bye-bye already after you spend maybe 100 over 1,000? It's a joke. To me it's a joke. You're surprised what is happening. You know what is the reason? The reason is just for phone. Because of the phone. You newly got married and now the husband is waiting for the wife. When are you to come to the bedroom? And the wife is so addicted to phone. 2 a.m. still on the phone. 2 a.m. Newly married husband who love the wife so much. 2 a.m. you're still on the phone. What is going on? So the husband just raised his voice. Call her to stop and come to bed. Because the raise of the voice of the husband, she said, no more. Nobody scolded me before. This is the first time I got scolded from my husband. Now they want to end the marriage. See how bad the phone is? Don't be addicted. The best thing, 10 p.m., bye-bye. Off. Everybody off, because you have to communicate with each other. There are a lot of incidents now. The man chit-chatting. Chatting. He have no time to talk to the wife. But he spent hour and hour chit-chatting with a stranger who is so far away, we do not know where they are. But the one who is in front of you, you have no time to chat. Can you imagine what's going on? You see how bad this technology is? Just be careful. This is mu'amalat. I still remember in the 60s, the 70s, early 80s, in the office, mashallah, everybody when working hour, everybody is working. Today, everybody working, and then the minute they can take a break, they are on the phone. What is happening to us? Do people pay you, give you a salary to talk in the phone? Pay you to work? Most of the police now also have a phone. And they're busy talking with people. What is happening in front of them, they don't see. Before, no, you don't have all these gadgets. You work. Your eye is very alert. Now the world has changed. Now our children also don't talk to you anymore. They look at their mother, grandma. I want a handphone. I want a PlayStation. They don't play with you anymore. You see what is happening to all of us? Mu'amalat is gone. Human and human connection is being cut off slowly. It's very dangerous, brother and sister. Islam is here to protect the family values, to be together. And that's why when we talk about sweetness of Iman, is the connection you have with God. And the good relationship you have with fellow mankind, especially your family. So when you want to be a Muslim, brothers and sisters, we always remind, we always remind all our good brothers and sisters to have a good communication among ourselves, so that our family reunion is very strong. Whatever you want to do to be a Muslim, don't hide from your parent. They are your parent. Whether they like it or not, they are your parent. You just have to be honest to them, truthful to them. Tell them about your good intention, your feeling towards a religion that you want to believe in. Don't have to hide. Of course, you feel that you're going to hurt them in the beginning, but it will hurt them more if they come to know so many things is happening without their knowledge. I experienced that before. That's why I don't want anyone who wants to be a Muslim to go through the same experience that I've gone through. When I first became a Muslim, I hid from my family. I thought my family would do this to me, would do that to me, would torture me, would beat me up. The fear I have. But I was also very blessed because I have good teachers who tell me, You say to me, don't stay away far from your parents. Go back to them. Tell them. You know, for my surprise, the thing I have in my mind, the fear I have, non-exist. It do not exist at all. It's a fear I have. When I went back, of course, when I informed my mother just got upset. My grandmother was very open-minded. Want to know more about this religion. And the first thing my grandmother want to know is, have you circumcised? Yeah, different people have different interests to know what is going on. My brothers, Allahu Akbar, I fear most also my brother. Because most of them are very good people. Yeah. Do good that they are very strong. I'm worried that they will beat me up. But of my surprise, it's okay as long as you know what you are doing, you get all our support. Only don't get involved in doing bad things. Because they know how bad the community is, and that's why they are so strong, and they always protect the family. You see, if I have informed them early, it's easy, but I didn't inform them early. I only informed them later on. So today, I always remind the people, in Mu'amalat, is to teach us, to guide us how to have a good relationship with the people. And then you go to Munakahat, the third one, how to have a good relationship with families. Asians have very good family values. Don't ignore that value. Share with them. They don't understand, don't force them. Make them understand. Be patient. At the end of the day, you see, it will run very smooth. Even you want to be a Muslim, nothing to hide. You're not doing something bad. Only they are worried what happened to you. If you tell them that nothing happened, it's just no, I look at this religion, I read about this, I learn about it, I feel it's so practical, it's so rational to me, and I believe in it. That's all. No big deal. Of course, they'll say, okay, are you going to be a Muslim because you want to marry a Malay? And now, it's not the religion now. It's the race is coming in now. A Malay. Then you can give another idea. No, a Muslim. It can be a Malay, a Chinese, an Indian, a Pakistani, a European, a Turkey. It can be anybody as long as he is a Muslim. Then maybe they are open for that. Yeah. This is just an example. Normally in our situation in Asia, majority of us will come to this religion because Allah connect us with somebody, so happen he or she is a Muslim. Just as a reason. There's nothing wrong in Islam. Nothing to be ashamed and nothing to hide. Be honest. Then later on you study more and develop yourself and become a good practicing Muslim. That's how it goes. This is just a reason, yeah, for you to move, yeah, ahead to be a Muslim. Munakahat also teach us about how to look for a good partner. Once you got a good partner, how do you start that relationship? And how long you are allowed to get to know each other? Can you go out dating, courting? And that's what you have to learn. And then when you want to get married, you must know, can you marry that guy or not? Are you ready for it? Are you the second one or third one? That's up to you. There's nothing wrong. If you know that that brother that you love is a married man. Can you marry him? Sister, can you marry a married man? I don't hear anything from the sister. Can you marry a married man? Huh? Oh. A man can marry four. How can you say no? You can't say that. I just want to give you that information before you get into marriage. You cannot say, oh, you divorced that, then you married me. No, no, no. How can you become so selfish? He have a good wife, good family, and you call him to divorce the wife and the family and then get you. Then you better don't get involved with that kind of man. That's all. There's so many men there. But sometimes you are not looking just for a man. You want a gentleman. A gentleman is a man of experience. And you have a young brother who have little experience. I've seen in the West, in America, a lot of sisters, they prefer to marry a married man than a bachelor. Do you know why? He said, this married man have proven to be a family man and have good record. No gambling, no smoking, no alcohol, and love family. Where the bachelor, clubbing, smoking, drinking, they prefer a man, a gentleman, a family man. So they prefer to get married with a married man. Is that wrong, sister? Please, I want an answer. Is that wrong? Oh, very hard to say anything. I don't know what to say yet. I'm just telling you the fact. Yeah? I'm just saying what is reality first. I have a lot of students, they say, no, I will not get involved in that kind of marriage. Alhamdulillah, we pray for them. You know. We were surprised after a few years they came to us. They won't be the second one. The one who anti, they want to be the second. I said, are you sure that this is what you're going through? Yes. I believe this is a good man. What can you say? Can you say haram? No. But neither you can tell the man that you got in love with suddenly, you must leave your family, divorce, leave your children. You can't do that. To end the long story short, if you have this issue, please talk to us before you make any commitment. This muamalat, munakahat will teach you. If you want us to help you to check the person, let us know. We can help you too. We do that exercise here. You may not know, but we may know how to ask them, how to check further detail, and then can keep you informed whether it's okay or not. Yeah? Get advice. Then you talk to jinayat. Jinayat is talking about civil and criminal law. You have all this guidance in Islam, and the last one is akhlaq, means adab, moral, character, discipline is very important. After you learn all these things with understanding from the Quran and Sunnah, and if you go back to this book, page 240, Sweetness of Faith, a very quick one, those who will most certainly taste the sweetness of Iman, experience deep tranquility and take great delight in experiencing closeness to Allah, are those who love Allah and His Messenger more than anyone or anything else. Number one. If you want to see whether you have the right faith, your faith is strong or not, you must develop that feeling. Do you love Allah and the Prophet more than anyone? If you feel that yes, then you will have the taste of sweetness in your belief. That means nothing is going to stop you from getting closer to God anymore. Friends can come and go, but I will never abandon God. In whatever happened in my life, I will never abandon Almighty Allah, because my love is so strong, attached to Him. You'll find a lot of peace. People like you today, Alhamdulillah. They dislike you tomorrow, what are you going to do? Hardship, distress, having tension, anxieties. Why must you get worried about human? You are given the best, they value you, alhamdulillah. They don't value you, you move on. Can we do that? Is that easy to move on, brother and sister? The guy that you love so much tell you, I don't love you anymore. Can you understand? What are you going to say? Please, Lord. You know, I've sacrificed. He have said it so clear, I don't love you. Don't you understand simple English? Then, are you going to cry? Normally, do you cry, sister? Huh? Do we cry? You will cry first because you love him so much. You won't cry with somebody that you don't love. Something happened to the children, do you cry? Because your love to the children is so great. But if you don't love them, why must you cry? You deserve that. Because the love you have. You may shed tears. You may cry. You will have sleepless night. You can't sleep. What went wrong? Nothing went wrong, actually. He's just telling you the truth. And you are not able to accept the truth. Anyhow, you must have a good connection with Allah and the Prophet. Then you save yourself from this problem. Now, we love our loved one. But don't love them more than God. If you love them more than God, if Allah will take them back, take their life, you are going to suffer more. But if you love Allah, then you know, came from Allah, to Allah He returned. We just pray for their safe return back to God. May Allah forgive them. You may shed tears, being human, but you are not going to cry and then become so weak and sleepless night, and you don't want to have that anymore. We have to move on. That is life, because you love Allah more than anyone else. And then the second one, the Prophet said, if you love each other for the sake of God, you will experience the sweetness of Iman. But your love must be connected with God. Not just that physical connection between a man and a woman, human to human, but that love is connected to God. Then you have the sweetness of Iman. And you hate to return back to falsehood, darkness, ignorance after you have come to Islam. Then you experience the sweetness of Iman. Meaning whatever happened in your life, you are not going to blame your God, you are not going to blame anybody, except you know this is a trial from God to you. I accept it and move forward. You will see the sweetness of Iman, inshallah. Brothers and sisters, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a deep understanding about the faith that we choose to believe in. For those who have become Muslim, may Allah strengthen your Iman by strengthening your understanding and increase your knowledge toward this religion. We're going deeper and deeper from time to time to make you understand how to have a good relationship with God, how to have a good connection with Him, so that inshallah you'll find peace within yourself. And we are going to teach you how to have a good communication skill with fellow mankind, so that you don't let anybody disturb your peace of mind. If you are kind, they don't appreciate your kindness. Don't what you do for the sake of Allah. You can sleep well. You don't let them disturb your peace of mind. Keep on doing what you can do, inshallah. Yeah? One announcement. Every Saturday at 10 a.m. We start at 11, sometimes a bit late because of some other thing that I have to attend to. But every Saturday from 10 a.m. you see the volunteers is here already. They will conduct a simple introduction to how to pray for anyone who wants to learn the correct way to perform the prayer. That means there will be a class before that, practical class, for anybody who really want to learn fast. Just come early, and then there will be somebody to attend to you before our class starts. From 10 a.m. inshallah. Yeah? Any question from the brothers first? Now. Give them the mic, please. Pass the mic. Yep. Press the button. Yeah, get used with this mic. Obviously, it's under it now.
Sheikh Hussein, in terms of like the degradation of society, like the Muslims included, like iPhones and internet, Facebook and everything, society is, in my opinion, is going worse and worse. What is our responsibility as a Muslim? I mean, I've heard of someone saying like goodness is from Allah and harm is from our own hands. So, do the Muslims deserve this? And what's our responsibility? Yeah, because we've been given a choice.
The main responsibility of all Muslims, male and female, is to work together to call people to goodness and forbid evil, doing anything that is harmful, anything bad. Anything bad, don't support and don't help them. If anybody will send a message to you talking bad about other people, don't send this message to other people. Don't create these rumors. Don't. Remind them, stop spreading this news. That's how it goes. We do not want to be the supporter of liars, talking bad about the gossiper, and people who like to backbite, and then you keep on sending message forward. No. Every time when I receive anything that is negative, I never entertain. I don't want to entertain. I have no time to entertain because there are so many good things to do, you don't even have the chance to do it. Why must you waste your time entertaining something that is negative? It will come to you sooner or later.
Like for example, the Muslims who are more engrossed in the dunya materialism and so, I think they are portraying a bad image of Islam. And what should we do about it? Should we avoid them?
No,
or?
We should remind them. Remind them of Allah. If they keep on forgetting Allah, we don't have to spend our time with these kind of people, because at the end of the day, it's not going to benefit you. They forget Allah, we remember Allah, we remind them. If they are reminded, alhamdulillah. If not, they don't want to change, we do not want them to change us. That's how you have to do. Save them if you can. You can't save them, save your own soul. That's how you start. And be positive, of course. Don't be judgmental. And don't give up in them. If you think you can still remind them, remind them. Don't worry. Allah will reward you kindly, inshallah, with your patience. But don't to the extent you allow them to change you. Yeah? Don't let that happen to you. Yeah, inshallah. Any question from the sisters? Naam. They are good.
I'm afraid to lose the relationship. So until today, I kept quiet.
Okay.
So how do I start off with, how should I start to talk to them, to remind them about what are they doing now is not correct?
Okay, mashallah. Now this is a good thoughts you have. You now know the differences. You know that they are not doing the right thing. That's how you feel now. Yeah? They have been a born Muslim, but they don't show good example maybe. They are not doing what they must do as a good Muslim. Our duty, number one, Allah have given us that sweetness of Iman you have. When you have the sweetness of Iman, you don't endorse anything that is bad. You feel bad. That is a good feeling. How to approach them? I will show you the best way. If you feel that there are someone who are younger than you, that you can talk to them nicely, they can listen to you, talk to them. If you find that it's very difficult for you to talk to them, they will argue with you, and then they'll try to defend what they are doing. I will propose to you the best that Allah have said in the Quran. وَكُونُوا مَعَ الصَّادِقِينَ. Allah is telling us, bring them to the righteous people. Meaning, if you can invite them for breakfast, give them a free breakfast for the sake of Allah. You love them as a friend, good friend. Have a treat with them with breakfast. Then talk to us so that we plan that they can come and see us. Not to have a class, no. Just have a social kind of friendly discussion. Bring them over. We have tea together. Then while we are having tea, we will start to talk. You don't worry, because we know how to start the talking without they feel offended that we are pinpointing them, no. Because then you will learn how to communicate with them Islamically. You will learn from that, inshallah.
And that's for my friend. And for my family itself, especially my father, he's the kind of person is kind of hard to approach. And because I love my family,
Alhamdulillah.
and I want them to come to know about Islam.
Alhamdulillah.
And I want to break their mindset is like, Islam is not doing something bad or not harming anyone. So to start with my father, there's the fear, so much fear that I have. I don't even dare to see him when I'm in my hijab.
No.
Yeah, so...
Is your father a government servant?
No, he's a businessman,
Okay.
and he is a very traditional Chinese man.
Yeah. I'm a very traditional Chinese man. Also.
Okay.
All Chinese are very traditional, inshallah. But I would like to share with you, sister, is that we have a lot of sisters who have the same experiences, but they managed to get the father to see us. Do your father have any good Muslim friend in his business?
Not really. Not really. Actually, he's surrounded by the Chinese.
Okay. Try to check. You try to check for me. Whether is there any of his kind of business that have dealing with Muslim. That information helps. If there is, then try to get to know that person. If they have a good relationship, then that person can be a good help. But if there is zero relationship with Muslim, then we have the second other plan that we can plan with your father. The only thing that you must be brave enough. Yeah? That how the prophets are brave enough to talk to their father too. Abraham talked to his father, who is an idol maker, who go against him all the way. But he have to say something. Whether they like to hear it or not, he have to tell them. Of course, at the end, it's up to them to decide. They are parents, they are older than us. But don't give up. I want you to do this homework for me first. Try to check. Or get through your mother in case there's some close Muslim friend that your father do get involved in when he do his business. Get the information. Okay? Don't give up. The least that you can do, pray. May Allah open his heart, soften his heart. Yeah? Don't give up, inshallah. I know the experiences you're going through. Yeah? As a daughter and a father who is a father, who's a contractor or maybe a businessman, of course, they are very strong parent. Whoever get involved in business, he must be very strong. If not, it's not easy. I would believe that businessmen in this country have a lot of bad experience dealing with Muslim. Yeah. Out front, I'm going to tell you. If your father is going to tell you that he hates the Muslim because that what he say may be true, we don't deny it. Maybe because of the bad experience, he don't like. But we have another way to make him understand the difference between religion and the people. Yeah, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you, Ustaz.
Welcome. Sister, pass it to Sister next.
Hi,
Welcome.
Sheikh.
Now.
My question is, can you help explain jihad? Because
Jihad.
yes, this is because of the happenings in Paris.
Oh.
This last night there was an attack, and it was quite bad. A lot of family members are straight away pointing to Islam as terrorists, and a lot of them asked about, oh, this is because of jihad, like them. So I think I need to understand that to explain to people, and also maybe if you can recommend what is the most shortest, easiest way
Yeah.
to explain something that Islam is not something like this.
Now. Alhamdulillah. What is in France? Yeah? Okay. So nobody is taking any credit yet. Yeah, media is known. Yeah, we know the media before they want to say anything. Any explosive, anything they explode here, killing, first thing that the media will say, Muslim, jihadi group, terrorists, Taliban, everything come out. But now, this is the danger of the media today. The thing that is very, very negative, destructive is the media. They are not just, they are not truthful, they are not honest anymore like before. Journalists, the media should play a very important role. Don't jump to conclusion without any hard evidence. But anyhow, since the media is always so negative, we can, nobody say anything, how can we just blame the Muslim? Wait, let us wait for a while and see what is the finding. To be fair to everybody, I can say the Buddhist is involved. I can say the Christian is involved. What are you going to say? No. But I cannot say that. Why? Because there's no evidence yet. Let the evidence come up. And then we'll talk about it. Now, jihad means what? Jihad means is a commitment from a person. Whatever you do with commitment is a jihad. Studying is a jihad. Yeah, learning is a jihad. You need to sacrifice your time. You sacrifice your wealth sometimes to come to this place to learn. Did we teach you how to shoot anybody? We don't teach you to shoot anybody. We teach you how to have a good relation with God and how to have a good relation with fellow mankind. Jihad have many meanings. Yeah. Anybody who's trying his best to do what is good for the sake of Allah is a jihad. No. Praying is also jihad. Fasting is a jihad. Giving charity is also a jihad. Because you are going to share your property with others. It's not easy. Only when you have the jihad, the feeling of caring and sharing, then you are prepared to do it. It's a sacrifice. Jihad is a sacrifice. You sacrifice your own interest for the sake of others, to help each other is a jihad. You understand that in general? Jihad means is something that you are prepared to share with everybody and with the good intention for the sake of Allah. It's very constructive. Jihad is never destructive. Anything is destructive have nothing to do with the Islamic term of jihad. Yeah. If a Muslim wants to be a good Muslim, it's a jihad for him. Are you going to say that you better don't be a good Muslim, be a bad Muslim, then it's good for you? That is worse. He wants to be a good person. To be good is not easy. Do you think it's easy? Today, to be honest, do you think it's easy? You need to have a jihad to yourself. Only speak what is right. Don't lie. Don't cheat. It's a jihad. It's not easy. When you do business, you don't cheat your customer. Don't lie to them. It's a jihad for you. You have to sacrifice for the sake of God. Even your profit is minimum. Alhamdulillah. I don't cheat. I don't lie. That is what I want in my life. It's a jihad. Protecting yourself from danger is a jihad. Helping the poor is a jihad. Everything you do is a jihad. Be dutiful to your parent is a jihad. You got that, sis? Yeah. But today, they know jihad is jihad. Jihad, 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 jihad. No. Jihad has never been jihad. And that's why the Quran always said, Tujahiduna fi sabilillah bi amwalikum wa anfusikum. You are prepared to sacrifice your wealth for what? To destroy, to help the poor, the needy, for development. That is your jihad. That's what Allah wants you to do. Then if you have your time, you also sacrifice your time. Get involved directly. It's a great jihad. Every Saturday for you to come here is a jihad. It's not easy. You have so many other activities too. It's a holiday and then people say, let's go here, let's go there. I say, no, this is my sacrifice. I will make sure 2 hours I will spend every Saturday to learn about this religion. It's a jihad for you. You got that, sis? Inshallah. Yeah. To be honest, committed to your job is your jihad to the company. You know, and to spend extra time to make sure that your assignment is being completed is a special jihad for you. Last time not only last time, even until today, whatever we do, when I was with a company before, an NGO, you know how my attitude towards working environment? Number one, when I want to work with anybody, I don't even ask how much you can pay me. I never ask. You want to pay me? I can accept, I accept. And I will work overtime without checking it. How about my overtime? I never even think of that. Whatever I can offer, I offer for the sake of Allah. And I feel good for myself. Yeah, because I've done something good for others. That is more important. That is my jihad. I don't think. Yeah, I'm not so particular of this. Anything that I can do to please Allah, to help others, I will do. That is my sacrifice. Yeah? Inshallah. May Allah bless us, brothers and sisters. Inshallah, brothers, to other brothers and sisters, inshallah. We know that they may have other questions, but inshallah, we will discuss that here in the other classes. But remember, every Saturday, by 10 a.m., the volunteers is here to help you, to guide you, to assist you in learning how to perform your prayer. So if anybody who have not been learning how to perform the prayer, the practical part, try to be here by 10 a.m. inshallah. Yeah? And we hope Allah will bless us, brothers and sisters. And if you have any of your brothers, younger sisters, who is having their holiday soon, if they have never been with us in any of our youth camp, enroll them. Our youth camp is going to help them to become a responsible, a better, a committed Muslim brothers and sisters. And this camp, normally I will be there with them, inshallah, from the beginning to the end. That means we'll spend 3-4 days together with the children, with the youngsters, to make them become a very productive, creative, and constructive person. So get to know about our camp and encourage them to participate if possible, inshallah. Yeah? Until we see you again. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.